I tried to make color bass and this happened. I started posting some sample flip videos and they were not house, which is the usual genre that I have. They were trap. So they were actually more successful. It got me thinking of maybe trying a different genre because usually I usually do house, but with trap, it just seems to be more engaging. A lot of people like that genre more, so I've been exploring different avenues and genres. Color bass is just like trap and dubstep, but all the sounds are colorized. In this video, I'll break down what you have to do to make color bass and some of the problems that I came across because it is kind of a hard genre to do, as well as some sound design tips. I've made plenty of basses. You guys are gonna love this. This is gonna be pretty cool, and I bet you never thought of making a song like this. Color bass is basically dubstep, but with all the sounds colorized. Colorize, you could use certain effects for it. You can use a vocoder, FFT morph, FFT tuner, such as pitch map, resonators, convolvers, and match EQs. Now, when I was trying to do these, I realized that some of these effects you actually have to buy plugins. I'm going to show you guys some workarounds and some free plugins. When I looked at the effects that I needed, I realized that I have Ableton Live Lite, which means I don't have like the vocoder, the spectral resonator, stuff like that. It's $500 and that's really just not in my budget right now. I really had to get really clever about finding a workaround behind everything. I just made this right now, so let's take a listen. See, those are the sounds that are colorized. It's very, very colorized. I'm gonna talk about the first way that you can colorize a sound. So what you're doing is you're grabbing audio from a different track and you're kind of morphing it. This is I would guess like a sidechain type of track, but this is what it's happening. Very ethereal. Very ethereal. That's what I have on the track, but I had this muted. And the reason why I have it muted is because the vocoder needs a source. So we're gonna go over, well, where's the first one? Yeah, this one's pretty good. I don't really have Ableton's vocoder, so that means I can get like 100 bands. But I did find 2 plugins that I could use. Now, one that you could use is the Tau vocoder, which is over here. So because I have Ableton Lite, I don't have Ableton's vocoder. It's a very good vocoder, but I just don't have that. So I had to find some kind of workaround. So first thing I thought of was the Tau vocoder. That is a free vocoder that you can get over on the Tau site. This is what it sounds without the effects, without the vocoder. Yep. Completely different. Yeah, so that's what's happening. But if we put on this vocoder and we have it set up and the sidechain is coming from our sidechain track, which is this green one, and we have it there, and then I added some shimmer onto it to give it a nice ethereal feel to it. It is kind of rough around the 3 to 5K range. I kind of dipped that right there, because that's just what the Tau does. It kind of fits around that area. You see how that takes the sound from the other one. Yeah. And so that was the free vocoder I had. Now, you can do a step above if you just happen to have auto tune, the whole package. I have like a monthly subscription to auto tune, which is like $10 a month. And then I get their vocoder. And their vocoder is actually pretty good. I did use it for most of the sounds, but you know, the Tal is free. This one is not. Boo. But it has over to 21 bands, and I kind of mess with these. Make sure you turn off the auto tune itself. Okay, so I put it through the vocoder just like what that did, and I put some reverb on it just to kind of give it some space. And I had this plugin I like to call Reflections, and I put an auto filter on there so I could just move the filter where I need it to go. But let's take a look at, you know, what this sounds like by itself. Actually, no, let's see what it sounds like with this patch. There we go. Very beautiful. Very colorized. Okay, so let's take the reverb off. Let's take this whole patch off, and let's take this vocoder off. Let's see what happens here. Ooh. Oh shit. Ooh, heavy bass. Ooh. But let's turn on the auto tune. Yep. Yeah, so that's what's happening there. And then there's also this sound here too. Let's take a listen to it, the original. You need a vocoder for a majority of these sounds. And then after that, I got into resonances. Okay, so EQ, actually no. Then after that, I got into EQ matching. So what I did is I took this channel, the Serum channel, and then I looked at the EQ, and then I kind of made this EQ with it. Any of the bands that were up, I made them up, and any spaces that they weren't, I made them down. So I came up with this, and you can only get up to like 24 bands onto this, but it's pretty cool. It has this really cool effect. It makes a shimmer. But yeah, it's like a resonator, you know? Yeah, so this is what the sound is without it. So this is the sound without it. Has this little metallic ring to it. The resonances. Like smears it and makes it sound very metallic. It's kind of like my own resonator, but this is a match EQ. Now, resonator does kind of do that, but also like resonator, you just kind of boosting these up. The match EQ is matching it to something else. You can make the resonator do anything, just like this. I managed to make my own resonator. What's happening is I have all these comb filters, and they're all at certain spots. The same EQs that I had for the Serum over here, I just put them over here. And what I did is I added 50 because that's just what you know, all those EQ bands did. And then one is plus and the other is minus. And I tried doing them all plus, and then it just almost blew the speaker. So the next ones I did minus. So it's plus minus plus minus plus minus. That's how that works. It uses the Kilohertz comb filter plugin, which is absolutely free. Shout out to Kilohertz, just having regular comb filter free stuff, and it's pretty easy to work with. I'm gonna have a link for a download for this rack over here, but I'm just gonna kind of show you what's happening. And there's a dry wet knob, so we can kind of just listen to it with the dry wet knob. This is with it. It's like this really cool resonance. Now I'm gonna take it off. All right. And so what's happening here is that there's a comb filter at each spot. Therefore, it's really bringing out those tones just like the EQ match, but this is, you know, more like a resonator. You can also do the same thing on the EQ. You know, just boost certain frequencies, and it's the same thing as a resonator. As soon as it pops by that frequency, it pops it up. It's basically the same concept. After that, there's something called a convolver, which is pretty cool. I did make one, but I deleted it because I didn't really need it for the track. Well, I'm gonna tell you what a convolver is. It's basically convolution reverb. Whenever these guys make convolution reverb, what they do is they go into a room and they do a frequency sweep, either with the speaker or whatever, and they do a frequency. They blast the noise and they record what comes back, you know, what frequencies are taking longer to come back. They do a frequency sweep, and they also like pop balloons and stuff. So it's called an impulse response. What I'm doing is I took the sample of this and I put it in here. See, we're blending sounds together. So every time something plays, these frequencies kind of like it's blending together. This This convolution reverb is free. Go check it out. Convology XT. Go check it out. It's a free plugin. Every other plugin that is using any other plugin that's using Convolver techniques are like $30 or $40 minimum, but this one's absolutely free. So go check it out. This one's pretty cool. The only thing I have to say is that you do have to mess with these dials or it'll play something forever. So make sure you do that and watch the gain and the output and the mix. So I just kind of put these on the drums. So let's see what it sounds like. So each time it hits, you know, it doesn't really play the sample. It tunes the sample to it by frequency. That's what I use. Anything other than that is going to use a lot of money, $150. Now, I didn't think I was going to be able to pull this off until I was starting to write the script for this video, and then I really started getting nitty-gritty, and I started thinking about what I needed to do, because at first it was an alien technique to me. Like, I didn't know that, you know, I had to make this track right here. It took me a minute to get that. The hardest part is the melodies, and the vocoders are like the toughest part. But other than that, I mean, it gets really fun once you get a hang of it. And it was a lot of fun making it. I'm kind of new to this genre, so I don't know how to really lead into the next part. But yeah, check it out. I'm going to leave a link for the rack and also that free Convology plugin, as well as the Tal vocoder, so you guys can kind of explore with that. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you for watching.